ahead. All right, Steve, maybe your first thoughts about winning the opener on Saturday night.
Anytime you can win on the road is great. So that's behind us. It was a good win. Proud of our guys for being able to defend and hang in there through some adversity on the road. And now we just got to get back to work and get our team better.
What is it you're going to focus on going into TT? Try to improve?
We just, I'm watching a little tape on them right now, but I'll really just review my Moorhead notes, and that's what we'll work on today at practice. We won't even probably get into tech until maybe Tuesday, maybe Wednesday. It's just we just got to get our team better. If you do things for your team, all the other stuff will fall into place. I mean, we got to know what they're going to do. We got to be, cognizant of all that stuff, but we don't need to spend 4 days just on Tennessee Tech.
I feel like you're getting more towards that defensive powerhouse that you want your team to be.
We're moving in the right direction. But we've got to continue. Tennessee Tech, a little bit that I know about them right now, they're dominating. We've got a really good front court. They didn't play well on the Illinois trip, but who plays well on the Illinois trip? Nobody. But they've got a really good front line with Jackson and Caldwell. They got good size and strength, physicality up there. So I think our defense is improving, but we've got to get better on the glass. If we play small, and that's with Rambo included, we have to rebound better. Our guards have to help us, and Jarvis has to be more dominating, and Farrell's got to rebound. That's our biggest weakness right now. I think all the other things have improved and gotten better, and rebounding's better, but it's not where it needs to be.
It seems like Moss has really stepped up the last few games, kind of a playmaker. Can you just talk about him?
He's been great. It's funny, Channel 6 asked me a question, not to call out Bidwell and them, but they asked me a question after the Moorhead game about, Moss has been so quiet for so long. Are you surprised on his performance? And I always just say no. You just say the right things. But then I got back to thinking. I was like, I think the game before this at Southern Illinois, he had like 20-something points on 5 shots. So I was like, Bidwell, man, what are we doing? It's just a joke. But, Jeff's been great. Jeff is Jeff. I'm not gonna get him to change his demeanor. I'm not gonna get him to talk more. Jeff is Jeff, but his IQ for the game's really good. He makes shots, makes free throws, knows what we want to do from a game plan standpoint, and great kid. And he's been terrific, and actually closing in, I think, on 1,000 points. So it's credit to him, and he's been really good for us.
Heading into the season, there was a lot of talk about Cameron Payne, Jarvis Williams, TJ Sapp. Sometimes it almost seems like Jeffrey gets ignored a little bit because he's so quiet. Would you agree with that?
I don't think so, because I don't think that's the reason, because Tennessee Tech, Belmont, SEMO, they don't know whether Jeff talks or not. They don't know. I just think, we've got a couple good guards, and so it's like you remember the one year I was an assistant in 2010. Ivan, I think, didn't make one of the all-league teams, so we sat him down and talked to him, and I don't think we had a first-team all-league guy or something. There was something crazy. We had 6 guys average 10 points, but nobody was in consideration for Player of the Year. Or, I don't remember now, but sometimes that happens, and so Jeff doesn't care, and we don't even talk about that. I don't even know Player of the Weeks. We just gotta try to have a good practice today.
I think your 30-day challenge is up.
Yeah, it was Saturday. Ironically, it worked out perfect because it was Saturday at Moorhead.
Are you where you wanted to be at the end of those 30 days?
We're making the progress. It's not I told you whether we won or lost within those 30 days, that wasn't going to be whether it worked or not. It's just, are we making progress? And if we're where we need to be right now, then we're in trouble headed into January and February. So we're getting better. And so we just got to, I just wrote on the board when we had our film sessions with the 2 groups this morning is, what are the areas do we need to get better at? And we got to get better. We can't have bad fouls. We got to rebound better. And we can't turn it over. Just bad decision-making turnovers. And then shot selection's got to continue to improve. I thought it got a little shaky at times up at Moorhead, and we got to make free throws. And those are our 5 points emphasis, and that's something we get better at each week.
Talk a little bit about the guys coming off the bench and the progress that you think they've made.
Well, I think Justin. I don't even really look at him as a bench guy. I don't think he played particularly well at Moorhead, but I think he made a big shot at Moorhead, which was great. I thought he forced a couple shots, and I'm smiling because we just showed it on video, and he gave me an excuse why he took one and said the shot clock was running down, and so we counted the shot clock down, and he was wrong. But Justin's been good. I look at him really just kind of as a sixth starter, really. He's averaging right almost at 10 points a game. Flomo and Wayne, I think they've been good. I thought they played well at Moorhead, and I think Rambo's been solid. Rambo can get a little frustrated from time to time. Obviously, they all want to play a little bit more, but they all have to know their role and max out their role and do their job. And some games in our league, Rambo's going to be a better fit against teams that play small. Some teams in our league, like Moorhead, Tennessee Tech, Wayne's going to be a better fit against dominant post teams. And so Moorhead plays big a lot. Now, they played small some against us. Tech plays big. And every team in our league will play big or small. But when you're going against that size, we'll more likely go with Wayne. If we're going perimeter-wise, you're most likely going to go 4 guards or maybe Rambo. So Flomo's just got to be solid. I went back and looked at his stats last night. His stats are pretty good for a freshman, backup point guard. He just has to make better decisions. But I think Wayne and him are making strides on the defensive end. And I don't want to see a stat sheet and see him have 18, 20 points. That'd be great if we won and they did that, obviously. But what we need them to do is just go in there and defend and rebound. And I've kind of been joking with the guys, and I just told them, I said, well, I'm going to give a Cardell Jones Award out every game. And, Cardell Jones, right? And just, as much as that hurts me because he did beat Alabama, I'm going to give a Cardell Jones Award. And I text the guys on the way home on the bus. I said, man, who gets the Cardell Jones Award tonight? And so the bench guys got to be ready. Whether it's Tehran, too. One of those 4 or 5 guys got to be – we got to have 3 or 4 of them good every night.
If you look at free throw shooting, there are a couple of numbers that are kind of surprising.
Justin Seymour.
Well, and
no
Tyler
question.
Rambo. Because Tyler really struggled last year. He's over 60% this year.
Yeah, our free throws, it's a funny thing, and there's nothing you can do about it except not put people on the line. So that's why we got to get no bad fouls as a point of emphasis. People are shooting really well on the free throw line against us. We're 70%, I believe. So we got to cut down on fouls and not put people on the line. And second thing is we got to make free throws. And Jarvis Williams is doing a pretty good job, I think, statistically, making free throws. So you'd love to have him at 70, but the ones that are surprising, Moss 85. You wish he was 90. Sapp should be over 80. Seymour at 57. I mean that hurts. Cam 75. He should be 85. He's but Rambo I know 62, but he should still be 70. And Farrell and Wayne they got to be better, but. We got to shoot the ball better from the free throw line, and we're capable. Seymour, that's kind of ironic because he's 50% from 3 almost.
You're in the middle of a long road trip. You got three good games on the road. How do you keep their mindset just focused on getting better one game at a time?
That's it. We're not even talking about Tennessee Tech outside of a little bit, and that's why I said hopefully nobody took that the wrong way when I said we don't need 4 days to prepare for Tennessee Tech. What I mean by that is. We got to get ourselves better in order to go win on the road. That's what I meant by that. So everybody make sure they understand that, and I think everybody did. But you can implement your game plan with your kids in a day and a half, and you got to shoot around. You got a lot of time to go over a lot of stuff. So I think it's just about get over here today, guys, at 11, and let's get a lift and let's get a film session in, and get back over at 3, and then we'll start again tomorrow. And our guys, they don't, I know we've won some games in a row. We don't talk about that. The only thing is just we want to have a good practice. And I think everybody got ahead. I think everybody, there's a lot of things when we started the season, that we were blindsided with a couple things. Farrell had an injury. Obviously Rambo's was the thing we were blindsided with that. And, there's different things, and everybody was thinking, hey, 15-0, 17. Everybody wants to relive, 2012. We just need to play today, and so. I like our focus of drive the pilot, preparing for tsunami every day, and go in that direction. And so our guys are buying into all that, I believe.
Hey, Coach, before you leave, maybe just talk a little bit about your participation in the Infinity Coaches Charity Challenge. We're going to kick it off today at 3 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm excited to be a part. Really, it's and the quote I said is true. It's an honor to be a part of the Infinity Coaches Charity Challenge, and obviously, cancer is a devastating disease, and I think everybody really felt the loss of Stuart Scott yesterday. Life's funny because, and life is great, and life's tough, and life gives so many different emotions. But you came home, and you get home from Moorhead, and it's 4 a.m, and you're just laying in bed, and you're happy, and then you wake up at 10 a.m. and getting ready for church, and man, you see about Stuart Scott, and man, your whole attitude changes, because I didn't know him at all, obviously, but man, he was impactful, and the way he carried himself, and his speech at the ESPYs, and you see that stuff. And I used to do the V Foundation, but this year I'm switching, and the charity of my choice this year, because of the loss of my mother-in-law to lupus, is the Lupus Foundation of America. So really encourage everybody, and Murray State fans, Racer Nation, and everybody just to get on there and really do a good job of voting every day. For me, this is the only time I'll tell you to vote for me, but vote for me, but in a way to help raise a possibility of up to $100,000 for the research for lupus and for the cure of lupus. And so it's something I wanted to do to honor my mother-in-law and to let my wife know how much I care about her.